Hello my fellow trailblazers. Aventurine is a 5-star imaginary character of the preservation path. Aventurine scales of defense and provides shields to team. Aventurine is set to feature in Phase 2 of version 2.1 Honkai Star Rail. Let's break down her kit and uncover the secrets of her best build. But before starting the video, here is the material required to max him to level 80 and max his traces. He is going to be an offensive preservation character with follow-up attacks and shields, similar to March 7th. However, Aventurine's shields are much stronger and are team-wide instead of being limited to a single target. Let's start with his skills. Basic attack. Straight bet deals imaginary damage equal to 50% of Aventurine's defense to a single enemy. Skill. Cornerstone Deluxe Aventurine provides a fortified wager shield that blocks damage equal to 18% of his defense plus 90 to all allies for 3 turns. When fortified wager is gained repeatedly, the shield effect can stack up to 200% of the shield provided by the current skill plus 90. Ultimate. Roulette Shark Aventurine randomly gains 1 to 7 stacks of blind bet and inflicts unnerved on a single enemy, which lasts for 3 turns and deals imaginary damage equal to 162% of Aventurine's defense to the target enemy. When an ally attacks an unnerved enemy, the crit damage dealt increases by 9%. Aventurine has a strong defensive kit with a lot of offensive elements, and he completely scales on defense. His skill provides shields to all allies, scaling on his defense, and his special shields are stackable. His ultimate does good imaginary damage on a single enemy, and marks them unnerved. Allies attacking the unnerved enemy has increased crit damage. Sights aimed right Aventurine talent. A single ally with fortified wager gets 62.5% increased effect resistance. When a single ally with the fortified wager shield is attacked, Aventurine gains 1 point of blind bet. When Aventurine has fortified wager, he can resist crowd control debuffs for 1 time every 2 turns. Additionally, Aventurine gains 1 point of blind bet, max 10 stacks, after being attacked while equipping fortified wager. When Aventurine reaches 7 points of blind bet, he consumes all the 7 points and launches a 7-hit follow-up bounce attack to a random enemy, with each hit dealing imaginary damage equal to 31.25% of his defense. The red or the black Aventurine technique. Aventurine gets either of these 3 effects for 2 turns after entering the battle. Only the latest of the effects are kept. 1. There is a chance of defense increasing by 36%. 2. There is a high chance of defense increasing by 24%. 3. There is a small chance of defense increasing by 60%. His talent allows him to do bounce 7-hit follow-up attacks, while also providing crown control resistance to allies and himself. When Aventurine accumulates 7 points of blind bet, he unleashes his follow-up attack. His ideal kit rotation should start with using his skill to give the team-wide shield, unless you have the Hot Hand Ascension ability unlocked, followed by 2 basic attacks, and then either using his skill if the shields are down, or using the basic if the shields are still up. The fortified wager only lasts 3 turns, so make sure to his skill again once every 3 turns. Use his ultimate whenever you have the chance, to mark the enemy as unnerved. Leverage bonus trace 1. Aventurine's crit rate increases based on his defense stats. Aventurine's defense exceeds 1600, his crit rate increases by 2% for every 100 points of defense exceeding that threshold, up to a maximum increase of 48%. Hot Hand bonus trace 2. At the start of battle, Aventurine grants a fortified wager shield to the entire team. The shield effect provided is equal to 100% of Aventurine's skill and lasts for 3 turns. Bingo! Bonus trace 3. Aventurine accumulates blind bet stacks when allies with fortified wager launch follow-up attacks, up to a maximum of 3 stacks. Each blind bet stack resets at the start of Aventurine's turn. Additionally, after Aventurine launches a follow-up attack from his talent, he provides fortified wager to all allies, blocking damage based on his defense plus a fixed amount. He also provides fortified wager to the ally with the lowest current shield effect, blocking damage based on Aventurine's defense, plus a fixed amount, both lasting for 3 turns. Now moving forward with best relics for Aventurine. The 4-piece Knight of Purity Palace relic set is perfect for Aventurine, as it boosts the wearer's defense and strengthens the shields created by the wearer. You can also use the 2-piece Knight of Purity Palace and 2-piece Messenger traversing hackerspace for a 15% defense boost and a 10% speed boost. Best planar ornaments for Aventurine in HSR. The 2-piece Broken Keel planar ornament set is best for Aventurine, as it increases the crit damage of all allies when the wearer's effect resistance is more than 30%, which is easily attainable for Aventurine. Other than that, you can use the 2-piece Penacony Land of the Dreams set for increased energy regeneration rate. It is particularly useful if you have an imaginary damage type DPS in the team like Dr. Ratio or Dan Hang Imbibitor Looney, as they will get a damage boost. The 2-piece Bellowbog of the Architects is a decent choice if you have good substats on them, as it boosts the defense of the wearer. However, Aventurine cannot use this set's full potential. Aventurine main and substats. Honkai Star Rail. When it comes to Aventurine's main and substats, prioritize stacking defense. Since Aventurine scales entirely on defense, boosting this stat enhances both his offensive and defensive capabilities significantly. In addition to defense, focus on increasing speed to reach speed breakpoints for tactical advantages. Increasing HP percent will also enhance Aventurine's survivability on the battlefield. Lastly, ensure to allocate enough resources towards effect resistance to meet the minimum threshold required for the Broken Keel set, further optimizing Aventurine's performance in battles. Best Aventurine Light Cone. Aventurine has some very strong light cone options. His best light cone is inherently Unjust Destiny, which is his signature light cone. Other than that, Trend of the Universal Market is the best 4-star pick, as it increases his defense and burns enemies with dot damage scaling based on his defense. You can also use This Is Me, which gives a similar defense buff and increases the ultimate damage of the wearer by 60% at S1. The new Forgotten Hall Light Cone, Destiny's Threads 4 Woven, is a good F2P option and very easy to superimpose. The Texture of Memories Hertastore Light Cone can also be a decent option if you have it superimposed. Aventurine Eidolons. Prisoner's Dilemma. E1 All allies equipping Fortified Wager will have their crit damage boosted by 20%. No longer limits the number of triggers of the blind bet gaining effect from the Bingo Trace. Bingo Trace must first be unlocked. Bounded Rationality. E2 reduces all type residential of target enemy increase by 12%, lasting for 3 turns. After launching basic attack, drop rate maxing, E3 ultimate level increases by 2, up to level 15 max, basic attack level increases by 1, up to level 10 max. Unexpected Hanging Paradox. E4 increases Aventurine's defense by 40% for 2 turns, when triggering his follow-up attack. Additionally, the follow-up attack hits per action from his talent increase by 1. Ambiguity Aversion. E5 skill level increases by 2, up to level 15 max, talent level increases by 2, up to level 15 max. Stag Hunt Game. E6 increases Aventurine's damage by 50% for each ally with a shield. Aventurine's Eidolons play a crucial role in his kit, offering potent offensive benefits that can be game-changing. Both E1 and E2 Eidolons significantly boost allies' damage output, while E4 and E6 enhance Aventurine's own damage capabilities substantially. Although Aventurine's Eidolons, particularly E1 and E2, are undeniably powerful and worth acquiring, it's important to note that his kit remains formidable even without them. With or without Eidolons, Aventurine's best build packs a punch, making him a force to be reckoned with on the battlefield. Best teams for Aventurine. When assembling a team around Aventurine, he synergizes effectively with any hyper carry or DPS characters. However, pairing him with Clara can be particularly potent, as Clara benefits greatly from Aventurine's shields, allowing the duo to unleash devastating follow-up counterattacks. Alternatively, consider teaming Aventurine up with Dan Hang Imbibitor Looney or Dr. Ratio for additional synergy and damage potential. For support characters, Harmony units are a solid choice, but damage shredding support units and those providing team-wide buffs can significantly enhance Aventurine's damage output. Characters like Pella, Wanmei, and Asta are particularly beneficial when paired with Aventurine. This is all about Aventurine. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.